A friend of mine, Carly, she works for Sovereign Health, and I was looking for programs, and she had told me about the dual diagnosis when I was searching. I, for 5 years, was using both alcohol and drugs, and I was about to lose the last 3 years, actually 2 years I haven't been working, and I was about to lose my company and everything that I'd worked hard for. And I was burning bridges with friends and family, and everything was just kind of spiraling down, and I was starting to feel hopeless, and I made several attempts to quit using, and they were unsuccessful, and I realized that I needed help. And I didn't really know where to start with getting help, so luckily my friend had got me with Sovereign, and as you know, as I just had multiple failed attempts, they helped me like every step of the way getting in. One of the major things that was important to me was because I was trying myself to become bare knuckle it myself sober, and it wasn't working, so I knew it had to be something that was a combination of addiction and mental, and they have a dual diagnosis program that was attractive, and I didn't really see a lot of other treatment centers that had that type of program, so I needed to get both sides. Several years back, I had been through some treatment programs, and they were more hospitalization type programs. So this is more kind of a feel of being at home, but not really being at home because you're not living in the facility. So you're actually living in a home and going to a treatment center every day. I felt safe. I flew from another state, so I was picked up by a friendly person, and they took me and they kind of guided me into what was next. So every step of the way, each person that I interacted with made me feel safe and gave me good direction. Well, since I couldn't figure it out myself, my expectations were to help me rewire what was misfiring, why I couldn't quit using drugs. And I really need to make major changes in my life, and I couldn't move forward without battling this addiction and overcoming what I need to work on, what to work on to get through this, to stop this repetitive behavior that I've had. So. I stayed in a couple different residences. They were all very comfortable and clean, very nice. We start out with like 3-4 bedroom houses. We have a roommate, and everybody is. I've had a great experience with the patients, other patients, and the staff. And as the program progresses, we go into an intensive outpatient program, and then that's where they move us into something that's similar to their apartments, and you gradually get more space and more time to work and process everything that you learn while you're here as you go. But all of the houses were very nice. The therapist and the staff were very personable. Again, like I said, they made me feel safe. They made me feel heard, and they were very professional. Everybody has been listened to and heard out, and you can tell that the staff genuinely cares about their patients or clients. With the individual sessions, like when I see my therapist, I can talk to her about my overall, all of my issues, my most personal ones, and just everything in general. and I can process all of that with her, and she can give me her professional advice what to do next and what to work on. And then the group therapy, it's the same, but I have the opportunity to like maybe not open up with as much until I'm comfortable, and it gives us the opportunity to be with other people going through the same thing, and we can support each other. And that actually has been one of the most valuable things through this program for me, because I can say and express things that I was holding inside for so long, and I've seen success stories, and I've heard other people that have been at different levels in their recovery process, and we can not really advise each other, but hear each other out and be like, oh, maybe I need to do that this time, or even feel good about like helping someone else out. It's very relative to our recovery to have this kind of support group, because I've even checked on people when they've left, and what they miss the most is having that support. So I think that it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I know that I'll miss it. So. That's hard. Let's see, we have rock to recovery, equine, art therapy, yoga. I've committed the most to yoga. I really like the yoga instructor because she incorporates like the 12 steps into it, and mindfulness is another therapy thing that we do. It's hard to pick which one, but because I've taken something from all of them, and if you come in here with open ears, you really will take something from all of them. I mean, we have besides all the fun ones, like I said, equine and rock to recovery, where we get to make songs every day. It's like there's life skills, anger management, early relapse prevention, all of that. Like I feel like they've really covered everything that we either lose track of or just emotional things that we need to work on. So. A typical day would be, starting at the house, they wake us up around 6 so that we can, get ready for our morning and everything. Or, we take our medications and do our vitals and everything, and then we eat breakfast, and then our driver takes us to the center. And at the center, around 9:30, we start group, and we usually have about two groups, or even like a computer lab, time to spend with the computers. We've been in the program, we're an outpatient, and we can work on our next step afterwards. Every 4 days a week we have yoga before lunch, or mindfulness, so they're teaching us about meditation and everything. Then we have lunch at the same time every day, which is we have very good lunches. And then after lunch we have a couple more hours of, it could be art therapy or whatever other groups that we have. And then at the end of the day, we drive around, I think it's 4:30, 4:30, we drive back to our houses. Our drivers take us back to our houses, and that's, depending on the day of the week, we'll either go to a meeting, NA, AA, even sometimes Emotions Anonymous, or we go to the gym. So we have yoga, and then we have gym, so we're getting our physical as well as our mental. And then we have time to process our day, and they cook us a dinner, and we do our chores. I forgot about that. In the morning we do our chores, and the night we do our chores. So it's a very structured day. What I like the most about Sovereign is the fact that from your doorstep to the treatment center, they hold your hand every step of the way. You have someone that's calling you, you have your concierge person, you have your advocate and everything who is helping you on what you need to bring, making you feel good, because it's not an easy process. It's not an easy thing in the first place to say, I have to go to rehab. So they hold your hand in, and then you go through this program, and you're getting the tools that you need, and you're learning a lot about yourself. And as you're going through it, you get to use those tools all the way to the end. And then when you get out of this structured environment and you get intensive outpatient, you have the opportunity to use those tools because you have more free time when you get into outpatient. You come in at 12, you come in until 12:30 instead of 4:30 on 2 days of the week, and then 3 on 3 days a week. You leave at 3 days a week. So then you have more time in between, the time you go to bed at night to process and to start using. You have a little bit more freedom to use the tools and to test everything that you've learned, and to be able to come back the next day and talk to your therapist or talk to someone or talk about it in group what's going on. And then once you do that, once you get through your outpatient, they can help you get into sober living or an aftercare program. So they hold your hand every step of the way, and they have a plan. They know what you need, so. From what I was saying about our daily schedule, I've learned that over the years with my drug abuse, I have lost track of structure, and structure is something that I've always had in my life, and the last couple of years I've had absolutely no structure. So that would be the number one thing, is the way that they structure the groups and waking us up and everything. It's built to put us back into not having too much free time and just living a daily life, like self-care and everything. And then some of the tools, the coping tools as well. Is that, again, like I said, they hold your hand every step of the way. It's not an easy decision to make. It was very hard for me to come in here and to admit that I couldn't do it by myself. So the fact that I had somebody calling me and holding my hand and making me feel safe, and they knew what to anticipate that I needed. They were very professional and knowledgeable about the things that I needed. And just when we think that we know everything and that we have everything under control, we really don't. And they really are 100 steps ahead of us on that. And they take you out of this situation. They make you safe, they teach you what you need to know, and then they put you back out in a smooth manner. They ease you back into the real world with all those tools.